What is up, everybody? Good afternoon on this wonderful Monday morning. I am your host, Stephen Rychel, and this is the J&S Philly Sports Stop. And to the right of me, as always, Mr. Justin Fiorillo. Justin, appreciate the time and the time adjustment today, because not going to be around this afternoon, this evening when we typically go live. I'm going to be at the Sixers and Nuggets game, so we should see what's going to happen with that. But
is that going to be Embiid versus the Joker?
It says he's probable. Didn't say he's out. If we're sitting here 2 o'clock in the afternoon and they haven't announced that he's out yet, I would assume that we would get that. So
that'll be amazing. But look, it's going to be a good game regardless. I hope you have a good time, Steve. So it should be fun.
Yeah, gotta try to, my friend. Gotta try to.
We need a Philly win after yesterday's game.
Yeah, we need a Philly win. Good afternoon, Mr. Eddie Prather. And just so you know,
afternoon, Eddie.
On the 10th, you should be getting your package. So just remember what I asked you in return. You know, that's our biggest supporter here on the South Florida Tribune. Want to make sure he gets some love and gets his packages as well. So
thank you, Eddie. Yeah,
we're working on that.
Cool.
Listen, Fly guys are also flying under the radar. We were just talking about the Sixers. We try to get a nice mix of it. But,
yeah.
You know, me and Eddie have been talking about it. Through the first few months. Like what we're seeing from them, like what Tockett's doing with them. We'll see if they can continue to keep that momentum going, keep that potential playoff berth there alive. But let's before we get into everything, I want to make sure the fans know. Make sure you go and vote for Mr. Jordan Mailata today. He absolutely needs it. We've had several different Eagles over the past few years be nominated for the Walter Payton Man of the Year. We had BG a few years ago. You had Lane a few years ago. You had Kelsey before he retired. I would love to see Jordan Mailata get that. So to all our Eagles fans, our football fans in general, take a look at Jordan Mailata. Tell me why he shouldn't be Walter Payton Man of the Year, and make sure you guys hit up those socials, share, like, do whatever you can to make sure we get him. Last I checked, he was second in the voting. So let's see if we can get him.
I hope he can pull it off.
I believe today is the last day.
Yeah, and just 2 seconds on that, I actually had a chance over the summer to do a private signing at the NovaCare complex with about 5 or 6 of the Eagles, and Mailata was one of them. And let me tell you something, without the cameras rolling, without a news crew in there or whatever, just in the back room, he was the nicest guy ever. So personable, conversation with you, pictures with you, autographs for you, whatever you want. I mean, it's not a surprise, and the way he made everybody in the room feel too, it's not a surprise that he would be nominated for this award. He does a lot of work in the community too, so he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's one of the best. When they were doing the celebrity bartending, last season when they were at the Chickies down in South Philly, I wound up getting my jersey signed. Both him and Lane signed my jersey.
Well, speaking of that, he does the Jordan Mailata show at Chicky and Pete's every Tuesday, every Monday or whatever.
The one on Broad, I don't think he does it. The one there's like 2 of them.
Yeah. But if any of our viewers want to actually meet Jordan Mailata, believe it or not, that's where I see a lot of my social media friends. They just post their picture. It's so easy to get a picture with him there. If he does a show there every week in season too. I don't know if he'll do it during the playoffs, but we'll see.
That's how. But for the most part, I agree with you, Eddie. The Samoan culture is very, very loving.
Yeah.
I'd say it that way. There's very few times you meet one. Even you look at the professional wrestlers who have that Samoan background. They're very grounded, very family oriented. So it's and then not just that. Even when you see in the NFL, when you have the fellow Samoan brothers in arms that play in the NFL, they always go and see each other at the game, talk each other up, pat each other on the back,
No, I agree. It's a great culture, and you're right. There's so many examples where there's just something
like him and Frankie Louvu after the last game, the last Commanders game. They were, you've seen, they were the mic'd up stuff, the stuff on Hard Knocks and stuff like that. So it's like you love seeing that. We're for those 60 minutes, we're without a doubt we're rivals. But once that final whistle blows, they're brothers. They're all brothers.
For sure. For sure.
But now we're talking about awards. Did you see that the Philadelphia media gave Jordan Davis the nice guy award? So we're talking about that Samoan culture, man. Jordan Davis is a very underappreciated guy.
Yeah.
He played yesterday, despite the fact that good majority of the starters weren't playing. And
yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
memory serves me. He already before the game, he already had a career high in snaps. So
yeah,
I'm loving what I'm seeing out of JD this season. I'm looking forward to seeing how that
yeah. I mean,
playoffs this year.
Yeah, it's just funny that he won the nice guy award because you see all the social media clips. He's such a nice, funny guy. He's so nice, so personable. Then on the field, he's like this mean, angry beast of a player. I mean, he's just playing a tough position in the NFL. So it's just kind of a polar opposite. But he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, we can see you out, Trevor. Appreciate you hopping in on the program today. Keep showing us love here on the South Florida Tribune. Thanks for tuning into.
Thank you, Trevor. Yep.
The J&S Philly Sports Stop today. So there's your shout out, my friend. But yeah, Jordan Davis is awesome. I'm me and you talked about it. They have to make some money decisions on defense when the season's over. And obviously we were already talking about what's going on with Dallas Goedert. So I mean,
there's a lot of guys up for money this year, contracts and whatnot.
Reed Blankenship's up.
Jalen Phillips, Dallas Goedert, Reed Blankenship, Nakobe Dean. I mean, these are all guys that you're going to have to find a way to pay,
Nakobe,
or they're going to walk.
I think just for the injury thing,
because
how much time he's missed throughout since he was drafted here.
Yeah,
they have the leverage on Nakobe, and I think he should just sign a friendly one here.
Because of how good he has played this year, though, there's a promise. Like if another team wants Nakobe Dean, they're going to see a lot of value in him. Because he's playing really well. There are a lot of guys up for money this year are playing pretty well. Dallas Goedert, set the franchise record for touchdowns this year, tight end. So I mean, there's, Jalen Phillips just showed up here, started balling out.
Remember we were talking about it a few weeks ago when he tied the record, and you're like, when we were talking about it, and well, the clip came out about it, and on TikTok they were like, "There's no way," basically sitting there saying Brent Selleck had double of that. I'm like, Brent Selleck's, I think, career high was 8.
Wow.
So I mean, and we were talking about records. Are you surprised that that Zach Ertz's tight end reception record was eclipsed this year as well?
Oh wow.
Trey McBride there in Arizona.
Oh, is that so? So he passed him. How about that? Well, hey, shout out to one of the GOAT tight ends for us, Zach Ertz. Never forget him. But never. But honestly, that's crazy. And I mean, just kind of back to the whole tight end question. In general, the question is, what do you do going forward? Then, by the way, Grant Calcaterra had his first touchdown this year yesterday, and then got hurt in the game, so I don't know what his status is going to be going.
Oh, man.
But what do you do with Dallas Goedert? What do you do with Calcaterra? What do you do with the tight end position going forward?
Grant can't block. I'm sorry, he can't. Like not to the way they need him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm unless you're going to use one of your top 100 picks this year to go draft Dallas's replacement, and that's the plan to let him walk because you don't want to sign him to a $10+ million contract a year or something to that effect. I would get that, but at the same time, it's like, dude, we let Zach walk because we drafted Dallas,
So exactly.
It's you're in a rough spot because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to see Dallas back here. This is the first season he's played, every game of ASM. He wasn't on, he didn't miss any games due to injury or anything like that. So you have to take a real look at that. I still think the biggest problem is going to be on defense, just because you got Reed Blankenship's contract up. You have Jordan Davis's contract's up. You have Jalen Phillips. You got to figure out what you're going to do with him. We were just talking about Nakobe. Like, the bigger problem is on defense, which is, for all intents and purposes, that that's our backbone right now, and that's the one of the, like, we have the cheapest defense in the NFL now. Obviously, over the next few years, that's going to change. So you have to figure out how you're going to rebalance that out. But I think Howie figures out a way to get it done, to at least bring 3 of those 4 back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, and there's going to be not just one, multiple names that are not coming back next year. We just know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see what happened after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it happens every year, but for sure this year.
We let Milton go, then we let Josh Sweat go. But here's the thing: look at what Jalen Phillips did. Not Jalen Phillips. Jalen Hunt did this year, right?
He's playing great.
Led the league in sacks.
Yeah.
Led the team. I said the league. Led the team in sacks.
Yeah.
Led the team in interceptions.
Right.
At defensive end.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't. You can't.
Just yesterday alone, fumble recovery and an interception. I mean, that's
and the interception is what gave him the team lead in interceptions when the season ended. Like another one of those guys who probably should have sat, whatever. If he was injured, it would have hurt us.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things. Now going into that, now we have to talk about the game. And first off, we got to give Tank Bigsby some love, because he recreated the Dirty Dancing scene.
Yeah.
One of his blocks, and that graphic kind of blows it out of proportion. It wasn't all like that, but that's what it reminded me of, man.
He's funny, man. He's
up with the defensive end, defensive tackle, and throws him to the ground.
It's hilarious.
After they grab Tanner McKee's face mask, no flag.
Yeah.
The
officiating was just so great yesterday. I mean, we didn't do it. I mean, there was a lot of calls that we deserved to be, pass interference and all that crap.
No,
but I'm saying,
there was no pass interference calls that were made yesterday that I didn't think were egregious. Like, we were talking about it the week before. Like, when they hit Quinion with them ones last week, they were terrible. It was real, close quarters type thing. He wasn't like holding on to his arm, like
right.
Ja'Cory and Bennett was, man, that was a wasted trade. Man.
Yeah, I was hoping a little for a bit more from him. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more from him. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, but I guess now we see why the Raiders were so happy to let him go. But big shout out to Tank Bigsby for the Dirty Dancing NFL style, man.
And not just that, Steve. He had a 31-yard catch and run play and 75 yards rushing the ball. So the guy's just a beast.
You got to find ways to get him injected into that offense more. Like we're talking about. Everyone's talking about the inconsistencies and stuff like that. You have guys on your team that can do things. You don't have to give the ball to Saquon all the time. I would run a two back set.
Yeah.
And pick their poison, because then
when do we ever really see that? We never see them both.
You still have RPO plays with Jalen. So
yeah. That's a great point. I'd like to see more, not just more Tank Bigsby. I want to see more Tank Bigsby and Saquon in the same place together. I think that would be very good for just the offense. And once again, that's kind of what we harp back on for this offense, is not a lot of creativity, right? Not a lot of, it's very predictable.
Why can't we do like one of those RPO basic runs on the one side of it, and have it, like, if it's not there, like Jalen do a pitch out to Tank on the back side of it. Like, be creative, have fun. Like, dude, this is the time.
Let Tank throw the football for one play. Literally, let him do a trick play where he's the quarterback. I'm not even kidding. Like, like something crazy like that. When have we seen that this year? Though, I'm serious. Like,
yeah, but I mean, listen, I think
maybe this playbook's going to open up here for the playoffs. Maybe.
After what I said, after what we've seen yesterday, I think we'll be holding our breath on that one. I don't think we're going to see anything.
We've only waited 18 weeks, Steve, to see this offense go off. What are you talking about? Definitely going to go off in the 19th week.
Yeah, I mean, there's there's much to be desired, but I
Yeah.
think when you look at this as a whole, this is a winner, right? Look at what this team's done since the 2022 season. They have the most wins in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, to those teams on that list, including those 49ers, the Eagles are 12-2 against those teams that are that are your winning teams in there. Yes, there is a loss to the 49ers in that frame. Obviously, the game here after the 2022 Super Bowl.
Yeah, so that's the infamous Big Dom game.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the Dre Greenlaw start of the collapse. I'm going to definitely be using that incident or moment for either a meme or a post this week to hype up the game, because that was such a crazy moment, man, when that happened. But yes, that's
why they
it.
changed Big Dom's role so he can
literally. He became a household name after that game. That's why everyone refers to the Big Dom game is. So
the Big Dom game. Yeah, but when you look at this thing, like, I think they're in a good spot. They have the defense that should do it. Should we have put in more emphasis on getting that 2 seed where we would have been playing the Packers? Listen, it's hard. It's really hard to beat a team 4 times in 2 seasons. It's hard.
Yeah.
So as much as we think the Packers may have been the easier matchup, 49ers ain't seen it since that infamous 2023 season, right? So we're talking about 2 seasons removed. I think we have the defense. I think I think the only thing that I would really be worried about is McCaffrey going off.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot of bad blood in this game, though, man. Because I mean, you can talk about
I said, the rivalry's being renewed, man.
You can talk about the X's and O's like you were, but I just got to interject here and say, like, there's gonna be a lot of bad blood because you got to think about it. So, Brock Purdy's supposed to play, right? Remember in the NFC Championship when he got hurt, and that was if we would have had Brock, if we would have had Brock Purdy, we would have won that game. Remember? Well, you got him this time, okay? So. There's that, and then they took our heart in the Big Dom game, like we talked about, and they made us go on that collapse. The last time we saw them in any meaningful game, or the last time in general we saw them, they beat us, and that was a terrible. They walked into our house and beat us, so that was just bad blood, man. Like we don't like each other, It's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be fun. I like the matchup. As I said, it's another one of those things where they're a whole team now, outside of not having not having their big boy Nick Bosa there, right? I get that. But they're not too banged up.
Yeah, they've dealt with a lot of injuries.
There's no excuses. I mean, obviously they had the letdown. They had the letdown this week with falling to the 5 seed when they could have jumped up to the 1 seed and be the first team, I think, in like some 20 some odd years to have the 1 seed and have the ability to play every game at home,
including the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they would have been in a unique situation. So very intrigued for the matchup, very excited for it, as I have there in the in the banner there. It's a rivalry renewed.
Well, what does your initial hunch say, Steve? Your initial thoughts is it this is a one and done. I don't feel too good about this game, we got this.
It's gonna be a close game, but I think we go up early, like 21, 20, 21 to 10 or something like that. They get a late touchdown, maybe an extra field goal after that, make it close, 21-24 or something like that. I think that'll be the final. Will be within that 3-point window. I think a late drive with a late Jake Elliott field goal kind of seals it for us. That'll get us to that 24. But
little Jake Elliott redemption story there, huh?
Yeah, dude, everyone's hard on him, and I'm hard on him too, especially when he misses these kicks he's got no business missing, man.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, anything inside 40 yards, he gets me scratching my head sometimes. Yeah. But anything further out, I don't feel as uneasy about it for whatever reason that is.
I'd relate it to I'm a golfer. I'd probably relate it to golf. Like in when you're driving the ball, like if you're a
Yeah,
good driver, if
you
you're a
get
good
that
driver of the
driving,
ball, it
like,
doesn't make sense because you're farther away from the hole. But if you can't chip and putt, if you're closer to the hole, it doesn't
yeah,
make sense, right? Because it's like, well, you're closer
yeah.
to the target. Why do you suck at the short game part of it? But it's like kind of
And we're
and
talking about kickers after
yeah.
we're less than 12 hours removed for watching the the Baltimore Ravens. Kind of wish they had
Oh
Justin Tucker on the side. Like, that's got to be heart wrenching if you're a Ravens fan. And it's one of the things I talked about at the beginning of the season. I thought Baltimore was a Super Bowl or bust for them. They had to make it to the Super Bowl. They didn't win their division. They didn't get in the playoffs, and that's a rough thing to be stewing on if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. I don't think that's something we're going to deal with. I do think we win this wild card game. We get to the divisional round, and let's see what happens, man. Like, I don't care. We talked about it on your show. I'm not scared of anybody.
yeah.
I'm not scared of the
Shouldn't
Rams.
be.
I'm not, I'm not scared of the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of the Panthers. I'm not scared of the Packers. I mean, there's no one that really scares me. I'm not scared of the Bears. Bears beat us up. I know that. I'm not gonna deny that. I still, we just watched them lose to the Lions on the last game of the season.
We beat the Lions, so anything can happen.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not, and divisional games are different. We all know.
Yeah, yeah.
We all know this. Divisional games are different, but
Yeah.
I don't see them doing that to us a second time, running for 255 yards on the ground. That's what really hurt us the most, is giving up that much on the ground. And then, Caleb was doing his thing, but
Yeah.
getting gas like that on the ground.
Well, since that game, the defense has been really pretty solid.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then we got Jalen Carter back, who is as healthy as he's gonna be this season.
Yeah.
So I'm not scared. I'm looking forward to this playoffs. I'm not sitting there saying that it's a guaranteed thing that we're gonna go make another run. No, we're gonna be marching down Broad Street. Come February. I'm not there yet. They still have to show me some things, but we were talking about it. They're one of the teams that have the pedigree right now. The only other team that you would say would have the championship pedigree is the Rams, but that's a completely different Rams team that when Matthew Stafford won his first Super Bowl.
True. But the only thing in defense of that would be they still have the quarterback and the coach, and that's like the thing that you
that's
need.
the most important thing. But
no Aaron Donald though. Like no players Adams, from back then. Yeah,
Devontae Adams is going to be 100%. They still got Puka in the two, and he's phenomenal. He's probably one of the bigger wide receiver names that has popped up over the last 2 years. He's kind of putting himself in that elite status.
We need Quinion on him ASAP if we face the Rams.
I don't think it's going to be Quinion. I think it's going to be Coop.
Well, whatever.
But we still have to get to that matchup.
Yeah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Sure. Here. And the big reason why I don't put them in that category is because Aaron Donald is not there. Mm-hmm. And yes, he is the biggest reason why the Rams won that Super Bowl.
Yes,
but
yes, historically great player.
And that offense is still there. They're still a very dangerous team. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Both can be true. Yes. Very true.
I'm happy. I think when you look at the now we're gonna go break this one. Where's that graphic for that one? We're gonna break this thing down. All right. First off, big shout out to Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos. They do have a championship defense. We've seen them here. We should have beaten them. We let them off the hook. Right.
Yep.
They are the number one seed. You got the Patriots and the Chargers.
Yep.
I think Bills Jaguars should be interesting because that Jags defense is no joke right now. And the same thing with the Texans, because I believe numerically that the Texans have the number one defense in the NFL, and going to Pittsburgh and dealing with Mike Tomlin. Win, lose or draw, I do think that Mike Tomlin has a job secured. Looking at this thing, I'll go with I think the Pats will beat the Chargers. I'm going to go upset. I think the Jags are going to beat the Bills, but I do also think that the Texans are going to beat the Steelers. Do you concur on the AFC there, my friend?
You said the Texans are going to beat the Steelers? You
Yes.
said?
Yeah, and even Eddie's agreeing with me here.
Yeah.
He's gonna go.
Yeah, I'm just wanting to get your picks. Yeah, I'm going to go. Did you pick I'll just say my picks and then you can
I
run
said my upset was the Jags over the Bills.
Okay, well, who would you consider an upset in Chargers Patriots? I mean, I guess the Chargers winning, right?
Yeah, I would. The Chargers winning that would be
Okay.
an upset too. But
Well, I got the Chargers. I got the Chargers winning that game. I'm gonna go sharp. Yeah,
so there's your upset. Okay.
Yes. I got the Chargers.
I don't know.
Welcome to the
I'm
playoffs,
not ready
Drake
to
May.
give up
Yeah.
on-
I
I'm
mean,
not
Justin
ready to
Herbert's
give up on
like
Drake
amazing,
May
but
yet. I think Drake May wins that one, but he loses the divisional. That's my personal take on that one.
I mean, you could be right. Listen, I'm not gonna be surprised, but I'm gonna go that.
This is our way early prediction.
Yeah, way early. Give me the Chargers upsetting the Patriots. Give me the Bills over the Jaguars. So I'll counter you on that one, and then I'll agree with you on the Texans over the Steelers.
Now let's go to our division. Let's go to our conference, right?
Yes.
Rams are beating the Panthers. If they lose to the Panthers, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say they're in trouble.
I
already said the Eagles are gonna overtake the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any upsets going on with the third meeting between the Packers and the Bears. Both have been back and forth, but I do see the Bears getting to the divisional round there.
Okay.
I don't think there is any upsets in the NFC, in my opinion.
And you very well could be right. Very good picks. I'm gonna go. Obviously, I'll go Rams over Panthers. I don't see that happening. I'm gonna go Eagles over Niners, and maybe a little surprise. I will go Packers upsetting the Bears in the first round because of the divisional factor.
He's gonna go with the Rams are going home early.
Oh, whoa! Hey, I hope you're right. If that happens, would we face the Panthers, or would we not? The seeding would that not work out?
No, because they're a divisional winner.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So
it
doesn't really matter. So okay. Well, yeah. Whatever. So
4 seed, right? Yeah, the 4 seed.
Yeah. So and we're the 3 seed. So hey, that's a bold prediction right there. If the Panthers
can you're right. We in that case we would see it because you have the Packers upsetting, which means Seattle would play them because they're the lowest seed.
Yeah.
So,
it all depends with the other teams too. Yeah, that's right. You can't just go off one bracket. You got to go off all the winners or losers from the other one. So yeah, it depends on the seeding who we're going to see, I guess. So I hope you're right. I hope the Rams get knocked out. I mean, really, I think everybody would agree that Green Bay or the Panthers are probably the weakest 2 teams right now. Obviously, I mean, they're just. I think if we went, play any of those 2 teams, we'd have a really good chance.
I think it's going to be interesting. It's an interesting playoff weekend. Like you have some underdogs in there. As Moose was saying, you got some Johnny come latelys in there, but. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm very intrigued to see what's going to happen.
Wild card weekend.
But now here's this one. Now over the last few playoff appearances, we had the first seed in 17 wins the Super Bowl. We had the second seed last year. We win the Super Bowl. We have a third seed this year. Do we at least win the conference? I don't know, man.
Well, here's the thing. I relate this to like an NFL call. When they don't have enough evidence to overturn it, you just go with what the call was. And I'm a diehard Eagles fan, and I believe in this team. And I don't have any other evidence that there's an overpowering best team in the NFL this year, right? So if I can't definitively say that, there's not like an 07 Patriots, even though they lost. There's not like the Broncos teams with Peyton Manning, or like the Patriots teams with Belichick, or the Steelers of the 70s and blah, blah. If I can't say that, I'm just going to go with the Eagles. They're going to win the Super Bowl again, and I damn well mean that, because I just I can't say they can't lose to any, like you said, I can't sit there and say they're going to lose to anybody, because they can beat anybody. They could lose to anybody, and they can beat anybody. So there.
Listen, it can go either way. It's not where it was last year when arguably they were the most balanced team in the NFL.
Well, right, yeah, or last year as a team example.
The question is can the offense find that life again? And it really, really does boil down to that offensive line.
Yep.
We can talk about Kevin Patullo all we want, and it was for all to see yesterday. Everyone that was calling for Tanner McKee, y'all can sit down, stop making sports takes because y'all seen what happened yesterday. I don't care if he was playing with backups or not. I do not care. Some of that stuff is just, there's a reason why he's number 2. He's not quite there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Patullo's getting canned. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff going on outside of Patullo getting canned. Man, because you got to think. All right, like as we're talking about, Eagles have been in the playoffs each of the last 5 seasons. With the Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni thing, but it's either Super Bowl or they get outed in the first round. If that happens this season, Kevin Patullo is the least of our problems, and it's going to be hard to say because we were just talking about how successful Nick Sirianni's been, especially when playing the top teams in the league, in the NFC, all of that. But he would have to be on a hot seat. It's like it's either you put it together, or you do, or you get in the playoffs and then you don't show up for the wild card game.
Well, yeah, it's really, really simple. You won the Super Bowl last year, and then the next year you lose in the first round. How is that a good season? It doesn't, because if the standard was you won the Super Bowl the year before, and it's the same coaching staff, the same quarterback, arguably better talented roster, and you get outed in the first round. I mean,
oh no, you're absolutely. Fangio is already at Jim Johnson level of fandom here in Philadelphia. And it's not just because he's got one of the best defenses since he came here to Philadelphia. He is a Philly guy. He's sitting there talking about Flyers. He's talking about Phillies. He's talking about Sixers at his press conference. This town loves that man. So Vic Fangio won't be going anywhere.
Sure. Yeah, no, and you're right. The defense has played so elite that for the most part Patullo, if they lose in the first round, Patullo's gone. Some other positional coaches are probably gone. Players are gone. Some of the players. There's going to be a lot of change this offseason if they lose in the first round.
I'm gonna say it right now before we even get to the postseason. The first person that tells me that we're trading A.J. Brown when the season's over, I'm going to find where you live, and I'm going to take your kneecaps out with the baseball bat.
Hey, Steve, I heard we're trading A.J. Brown when the season's over.
I got your address, boy. Don't play with me. All right, man. Couple more things I want to get to. Now, we were just talking about coaches leaving, right? So a lot of us still feel that one Jonathan Gannon cost us a Super Bowl. Did you see what happened to him this morning?
Oh wow! Well,
all that extra stuff, right?
It's a shame he got fired, but I didn't think he was going to win Coach of the Year, Steve. I got to be honest.
Listen, it's a mess down there in Arizona. So
yeah.
I'd love to see him bring Doug Peterson in. I'd love to see him bring Doug Peterson in.
Yeah, Doug Peterson.
Me and Justin were talking about this a few weeks ago. Just to have him as like a head coach's consultant, something like that.
Yeah.
Just to be around it because sometimes it really is all about having an extra pair of eyes on things.
Bro has a statue of himself outside the link. Why can't he just be? You should hire this guy, Doug Peterson. Yeah, I mean, dude's a legend. So I mean. And by the way, not only did he win with us, he won with the Jaguars too.
I'll even entertain bringing Frank Reich back here because, I don't think he's staying there in Stanford.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go through all the old goat names, coordinators.
They had success here. They have offensive minds here. It's not like they don't have this pedigree. Yeah, they've been coaches elsewhere and it didn't work out. We're not asking them to be the head coach.
Yeah, look at Josh McDaniel, for example.
Offensive consultant.
Right.
Not an offensive coordinator,
right.
Not anything like just a consultant.
Right.
Right? We didn't we just bring Joe Douglas back after he got fired from the Jets? Right? After he was the GM there, we just brought him back here because he's had great draft classes here and things of that nature before Howie took things over, right? So
here's a name for you, Brian Dawkins. They brought Brian Dawkins in. Brian Dawkins has a ring from when they won his first Super Bowl because of front office stuff. They brought him in for front office help.
Yep.
So
and I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't get the graphic, but did you hear that Allen Iverson is being brought into the 76ers front office?
Well, they should. I mean, shit, man. Anybody who's a legend in that organization, they should bring them all back because that they need to get to the Eastern Conference Finals is what they need to do.
Yeah.
So yes,
You're right. You're right. I said that I think Kellen Moore would be underestimated this season. He was doing a lot with a terrible roster, a terrible cap situation. What Kellen Moore did in New Orleans should be commended, and I already said he should be given more than 3 seasons before you think about letting him go. Give that man time to rebuild that team because it's a mess down there in New Orleans, and being that as it may, they were playing meaningful football. Dan, yeah, we talking about practice, Eddie. We talking about practice. Everyone forgets about that damn near ran AI out of town, and that was the stupidest thing that they could have ever done. Stupid.
Real quick, as a Philly sports expert yourself, Steve, would you say that practice press conference speech is the most famous presser in Philadelphia sports history? I think it might be.
I don't know. T.O. on the lawn was pretty good too.
Okay, never mind.
I think it's the best soundbite that we've ever gotten out of an athlete at a press conference ever.
Yeah,
athlete, not coach, not anything. Best athlete.
You're right.
I mean,
there might be another one, but I have to think about it. I got to think about it.
No, like when we're talking about it's infamous now. So like you can't talk that one away. Not at all.
No,
not at all.
Practice. Yeah, bring him in, man. Bring him into the front office. Hey, can he play? Can we take him off the bench? I mean, shit.
I don't know, man. With Edgecombe and
no, we don't need him
on the back end there. I don't know, man.
Just come off the bench, AI. I mean, AI's taking over everything else right now. Shit, let him play some basketball.
Everyone was basically tearing this offense down this season, right? Right.
Yes.
So, do you realize that quarterbacks this century that have 30 total touchdowns in 4 consecutive seasons? You want to know who 2 of those quarterbacks are?
Who's that?
That is Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen. All the rest in this century is Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and Russell Wilson.
You mean Josh Allen and his daddy, Jalen Hurts?
He's only 2-0 against them. Like, come on, I'm not gonna. I know. I've never gotten that phrase. Like especially when they're not physically playing against one another. Like I get when people are sitting there saying, Lane Johnson is Micah Parsons' daddy. Well, yeah, you can say that because he's never gotten a sack on.
Right. When they do quarterbacks facing each other, it's like
I can't do that when we're talking about quarterback versus quarterback. Like they used to say that about Tom Brady and Peyton Manning all the time. Oh, Brady's Manning's daddy. How? They physically are not on the field at the same time. He may have been the Colts' daddy. Okay, I'll give you that. But I have a problem when we want to continue to do stuff like that and they're not physically on the field.
Here we are debating who's daddy and who's not.
Yeah, man. We will go into them debates, my friend. We will go there.
Oh, boy.
And speaking of which, speaking of daddy, right? We're speaking of, Mr. Asante Samuel has had enough of one Cam Newton, right?
Yeah.
Because he's been on this rant lately about game changers and game managers, right? So Asante Samuel just basically said he's like, I've had enough. Honestly, Cam Newton wasn't a game changer. He was just a big guy that could run the ball. Not much else talent than that.
Wow. How about that?
That's a real take, first off. And he on his podcast, he went further in. He's like, I need clarification on what you consider a game changer and what you consider a game manager. So he's basically had enough of Cam's quarterback takes, and rightfully so, because I've already sat there and said Cam's Cam the Fish Newton for me because he flops around all over the place. 1 minute he hates this guy, then they have a couple good performance and he's he's glazing them up, talking about how great he is at this and how great he is at that. So,
yeah.
And Eddie's comment on this, Samuel is correct. Cam is the guy who had. See, I don't want to throw. I'm not going to keep throwing that one out there. That's not the thing I'm going to look at, right? I'm going to look at, you take away the 2015 season, the year that Cam Newton was the MVP, and then show me where he's the game changer, where he was, was he an incredible dual threat talent? I can't say dual threat talent either, because tell me the stat I just shown you. Tell me when he's had more than 35 plus touchdowns or 30 plus touchdowns, whether it be throwing and or running, 4 straight seasons. We talk about consistency in this league, right?
Well, that's just the thing is, Steven, you did preface it, is Cam Newton, the kind of the aura around him is his Auburn days, all the success there, and he had the 2015 amazing season. He played great. But other than that, which is most of his other NFL seasons, he didn't really have the Panthers any type of postseason success, and B, listen, I disagree with him saying he's just a big guy with no talent. Cam Newton had a lot of talent. I do disagree with that, but I kind of agree with the take in the sense of he just was kind of this, just kind of there's probably, and I'd have to take time to think about it, other guys that were just similar to him, but they didn't have the flashy name and background like Cam Newton, and he was just, he was kind of just a big guy who he was a big stature dude who he could run, he could throw, but his throwing wasn't that great. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't great. It wasn't even really that good. So it was like, I mean, I think he was a little overrated, I think. So yeah, not great. Exactly, not great.
Overrated, overvalued, whatever. He was a star in this league, but I won't sit there and say he's somebody I'm going to mention on an all-century team from the 2010s. I just won't.
Right.
And it's not a knock against him, and I don't necessarily like to tear down his takes all the time, because there are parts where he is spot on, but then he makes these stupid comments like this stuff where he's trying to tear down Drake May and all these other young talents. But I get it, you're a quarterback and you know what it looks like, but you were there for a season, 2 seasons, something like that. Like there was a couple years he was pretty good, but he just wasn't really consistent with it. And he is one of our sports media personalities at this point in time. Like it, loathe it, or hate it is what it is. But we were talking about Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah.
The season he had, because we were all talking, how are we gonna replace Josh Sweat's production? I think he was pretty good. 6.5 sacks, 24 quarterback hits, 57 pressures. He's one of 4 NFL players with 5+ sacks, 50+ pressures, and 50+ pressures, and 10+ and 20+ quarterback hits. He's also, we talk about the interceptions, the fumble recovery, all that. And the only other guys you can mention with that is Aiden Hutchinson, Will Anderson's, and Draymond Jones. Mm-hmm. So Jalen Hurts has kind of filled that void, and we're not paying him $11 million a year.
Right.
He's had a nice season, Eddie. He's had a really nice season. I said I thought he would be all right. Granted, during the beginning half of the year, wasn't really getting the sacks and stuff like that, but he's been very good down the stretch, and it's when you want to see him turn it on is this time of year.
Yeah,
we haven't heard from Nolan Smith a whole lot this year. He's had multiple different bicep tears, but he's still been there sniffing around the quarterback. So I think they're going to be all right with what we get out of our pass rush. Come January, possibly February with this team. So
my nickname for Jalen Hurts is pretty simple: the Hunter, because he gets after people. I don't know why more people don't call him that. The Hunter.
The Hunter. I love it.
Yeah.
So I want to switch gears from football to baseball real fast. Obviously, we were talking about it over the last few weeks, what possible moves that this team can make, and they missed out on both both of the Japanese prospects. We were talking about Amaya. He signs with the Astros for a 3-year contract. You don't get the pitcher, right? Well, we can still try to get the third baseman, right? Nope, can't get here because Kazuma Akamoto signed with the Toronto Blue Jays, right? Now that opens up some things because we were already talking about it. At this point in time, I assume that JT Realmuto is not coming back. The rumors is that Alec Boehm is on his way out. They're going to trade him to potentially get a catcher. And okay. I talked about this to you when we talked about the potential free agent list.
Yeah.
Right? Bo Bichette will be at Philadelphia Phillies.
Okay.
I think that's how one you replace.
How confident are you saying that that's going to happen?
I mean, it's one of the, I think was it John Heyman, our beat writer here in Philadelphia is basically that looks like that's going to be the route that he's going. And after yesterday's announcement, I don't see why not, because it's official. Don Mattingly is a bench coach here in Philadelphia.
You've been saying this for, you've been rooting for this for a minute.
With one said Bo Bichette. So between bringing Donnie Baseball in, not being able to find a deal with the catcher, if you can use Bohm to get one of these young catching prospects, pull away from it, I'd love to bring Adley Rutschman in from the Baltimore Orioles. That would be a dream come true in my opinion.
Because you get the hitting too. You get catching.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I try to do what I can to yank him out of Baltimore, right? Whether we lose one of our prospects, like the infielder, what was it? Aiden Miller, is it? I think it's Aiden Miller. If you can package something up with Bohm, him, and maybe another arm prospect to get Rutschman out of there.
Yeah.
It would suck to watch JT go, but that's somebody I would say would be more than a substantial move.
Just imagine the lineup.
You go and bring Bo Bichette in to play third. He also plays the other two infield spots, so you can work some things out that way as well. So those are some things where I wouldn't sit there and say we did lateral moves this season.
Yeah.
I would like to see them potentially get another arm, because there's no way you're signing Ranger Suarez at this point.
Right.
At least in my opinion.
Right. And if you did, you'd have so much fun with the lineup with Harper and Rutschman, man. You could that'd be just
man, and righty. You got a right-handed bat to protect. Like, you kill. Not only do you take care of the catcher position, but the bat to protect Bryce.
Yep.
I know we're just talk right now. I don't know if that's something Baltimore would go for, but that would be like, I guess, what I would like to see happen. I don't know if it's something that's on the table.
Yeah.
But
Baltimore's kind of been like us. They've had talent the last few years, but they haven't been able to close the door at all. Like, they get their one and done in the playoffs when they get in. Like, they have the talent. They're playing better than the Orioles were. Like, the Orioles were the worst team, like, statistically, like, ever, like 10 years ago. Remember how bad they were? And now, like, they're playing a lot better. But, like, shit, man. I actually went to a Phillies Orioles game in Camden Yards. What did I tell you this, like, a year or two ago? Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah, man. And I gotta say,
before that day, I got sunburned.
Oh yeah. But I tell you what, though, just back to the main point. Yeah, if we can get Rutschman out of Baltimore, I think it's mutual beneficial for both teams. I mean, you get a lot of great talented players. You get maybe Bone, you get some picks, you get whatever you get from us, and then we get Rutschman. I mean, it works out for both, I think.
Yes, he is, Eddie. They officially announced it last night. Donnie Baseball is on the Philly staff, and I said it before it happened. I said it when he didn't come back, that I thought that he was going to be here, considering his son is the general manager here in Philadelphia. And if he gets a World Series with us, that's even the double icing on the cake. Hopefully, the sports writers can stop getting their head out of their rear ends and actually put the man in the Hall of Fame like he deserves. And speaking of heads and rear ends, we gotta talk about this. Not the greatest news in the world. Former Philadelphia Phillies center fielder Lenny Dykstra lost his 2,000 plus day streak of not being in any type of legal trouble. He got pulled over in upstate Pennsylvania. He was a passenger in the car. They found drug paraphernalia in the car. Charges are pending. We're waiting to hear back from his attorney and stuff like that. I know he was just at the Philadelphia Card Show a few weeks ago. Looked at being clean and healthy and stuff like that. It looked like he put an end to that when New Year's happened. Unfortunately got pulled over. It's rough, man. Got made love for nails. The dude, however you want to refer to him, but his post playing career has been riddled with situations like this. Any thoughts on the dude, my friend?
Just wish the best for him, man. I really do. Exactly. What else? What else do you really say? Wish the best, and maybe he needs to stop. Not to make any type of lighthearted jokes, but stop watching the Eagles' offense and making himself want to do all these drinking and drugs. But in all seriousness, we don't wish this on anybody. Hopefully, and hope he gets better, and if he needs help, gets the help he needs.
I love Lenny. He's a character. I've interviewed him on other platforms before. He's a character, man, and
Oh, nice, yeah.
He's he has a special place for me just from those 93 teams. But
yeah, and speaking of those 90s teams, maybe you'll announce it then, but I know you have a special announcement you might want to make then.
Yeah. I want to wait till we get to the end of the program.
Okay.
And I'll announce that. I want to real quick, trying to run through some basketball topics, but Justin already knows what's going on.
You guys will like it. It's pretty cool stuff we got
with a potential guest announcement. We have a couple interviews over the next week and a half or so that we're gonna have some fun with. But I want to get into the basketball talk, right? So obviously I'm going to the Sixers game tonight, and wanted to also kind of touch on some things. Are you surprised? All-star voting right now that Tyrese Maxey has had more league-wide fan votes than Steph Curry, SGA, and the boy Wembley down there in San Antonio. He's got more votes.
Maybe
more
not
fan votes than all three of them.
I'm more shocked at the SGA and the Wemby than Curry because Curry kind of he's had so many years and opportunities, to vote. Maybe it's just kind of a fatigue factor, but the other guys are just so kind of the hot new topic, and so is Maxey. The statistics just show you there. I gotta admit, a little surprised, but I can't. When you watch the guy play, you can't really be all that surprised. The dude is the truth. He's a superstar in this league. He's a hustler. He plays with such a high motor, and I tell you what, man, it's
Maxey time here in Philadelphia, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Does he have a cool nickname? Everyone just calls him Maxey, but does he have a cool nickname yet? We gotta get him one.
I just gave it to him. It's Maxey time, brother.
It's Maxey time. Shit, there you go. Yeah, dude. And plus with Edgecombe, the backcourt is set for the future. The question is how we're gonna build around it.
VJ, because have you seen his stats over the last 3 games?
Oh,
if he keeps this up and consistently plays like this, I dare to say it, we may have a rookie of the year on our hands.
Hey, but he better not be Michael Carter Williams.
No. We need more than a season. We need more than a season.
Remember Michael Carter Williams? He was the truth that year, and then just fell off, man. Just fell off, Michael Carter Williams, dude.
Yeah, man. I'll just say it like this: we're just talking about this right now. You have the core now. You have the core. Do not this up. Because with Maxey, with VJ, you have your two that should have been. We've seen different iterations over this over the past. You're just talking the aforementioned Michael Carter Williams. Well, Nerlens Noel didn't work out. We already went through our duo.
Jahlil Okafor
and Joel Embiid. That didn't work out.
Yeah.
You have it. These two they have chemistry. You've seen it on the court. You cannot mess this up. If you're the Sixers front office, listen. we talked about it. I don't care if you got to move Joel Embiid. I don't care if you got to move Paul George. Find a third to complete the triplet here. Run some triangle. Do something, man. We need postseason success from our Philadelphia 76ers. I think the fans of here have had enough. And, yeah, he is, man. Did you see some of the game winners he's hitting over the last few weeks? Edgecombe is the truth right now. And I know a lot of fans when we drafted him, like, who's this guy? VJ Edgecombe. Who's this guy?
Yeah. That's kind of how it works out, though, right? It's always the guys who you're like, who are this? They work out. Yeah. Sometimes.
All right. Let me get into this one. Seen this one. Now, we were just talking about how good they're playing right now. True or false? Is the team currently constructed in the Eastern Conference? What you see out of this team, is this something that reminds you of championship contenders? I didn't say championship winners. I didn't say NBA champions. Are they? Yeah. Are they a team that could be inside the top 4 teams in the NBA right now from what you're seeing from them to this point this year?
If they are healthy, 100% yes. Will they be healthy? Probably not. So that's my answer.
I'm not there yet. I'll say false just because we've seen this song and dance here before in Philadelphia. We've seen the prospects kind of come and go, and I'm not. Listen, I know y'all saying yes on being contenders. I'm not there yet. We've seen
if they're healthy though, Steve. What if they're all healthy?
Yeah, and that's gonna go into my last question on the Sixers right before we get ready to end this thing. But it's one of those things where it's like same thing I kind of felt with the Phillies last year. Y'all have to show me October baseball before they do it. But everyone keeps saying if. I don't.
If I had $1 million.
If the Phillies hit in October, they'd be world championships multiple times over the latest.
If we had Shane Steichen, we already won the Super Bowl this year. So we could play this game all day.
Exactly. Now, this has to be a Joel Embiid fan post right here because are you under the impression that right now Joel Embiid is the best center in the NBA? Obviously, I'm saying that as he's getting ready to show off against Jokic tonight here against the Nuggets, right?
I was going to say he's probably the best, the Joker. But in all seriousness, the funny thing is he could be on a given night, right? Like if he's out there playing his best, Joel Embiid is the best center in the league on a given night. Can't do it consistently enough, though. That's the problem.
That is the problem. That is the problem. So, listen, I love Joe. He holds a special place in my heart. Just Joel the Troll Embiid is one of the funnest guys that has put on a Sixers uniform in some time. So I'm not going to continually try to tear him down because of injuries. We knew what we signed up for when we drafted the kid. So that being said, no, he's not the best center in the NBA. But as you were saying, on a particular night when his body's not revolting against him, he very well can be. He's one of the more complete center talents that we've probably seen almost ever.
Yeah, especially because he can shoot the three too.
His main thing that I don't see from him anymore, why I don't put him in that category, is he doesn't get the rebounds like he used to. He doesn't own the inside of the paint when he's in there like he used to, 3-4 years ago, which is why I can't say that. So as we're getting down here to the last minute or so, just going to go over a few little announcements. We are going to have an extra the fan in the end this week, as I'm going to be sitting down with Miami Hurricane alumni defensive end David Gilbert is going to be joining us. That'll be Thursday afternoon from 2 to 3. So Ben will be on with us most likely. Marvin's going to be on with us, and we're going to talk some college football. We're going to talk about what he's been doing with his life, post football career. He was an undrafted free agent with the Tennessee Titans for a period of time. So we're going to talk everything football with Mr. Gilbert Thursday afternoon. And
I'm sure you got Miami winning the whole thing in the college football playoff.
I'm sure he does, and we're definitely going to talk to it as his alumni team there is in the Final Four for the college football playoff. So we definitely going to give some time for that. We were just talking some baseball, and was lucky enough to get a hold of this player's manager over the last handful of days. And January 14th, it's 7 p.m. I believe, we're going to be joined by Phillies legend, a man who has thrown a no-hitter here in this city. Mr. Tommy Green is going to be joining us for a half hour. Nice. We're going to talk some baseball. We're gonna talk to the to the big man himself. I'm going to be interested to see some of his points of views on some things. We're going to talk everything MLB. Thoughts on the ABS system, thoughts on the pitch clock. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff with Tommy Green. And, obviously.
Tommy had some legendary teammates, John Kruk, Dutch, Darren Dalton. I mean, there's a lot of stories.
Yeah. We're going to try to squeeze all that into a 30-minute time frame. So, guys, if you haven't already, please hit the QR code. Give the YouTube channel a like and subscribe. Like I was just saying earlier in the program, we've already passed 1 million views. We're working on getting to that 2,000 subscriber mark. We're just about a little bit over 200 subscribers before we hit the 2,000 mark. And we need everyone to kind of tune in and get these listener hours too, because we would love to be able to monetize that YouTube channel and start making sure all our talent is being paid for their time, energies, and efforts. Before we wrap this one up, throw it over to you, Justin. Anything you got going on over the next week that you'd like to let the listeners know about?
Well, Steve, this is actually the first year, believe it or not, in my life I've attended every regular season home game for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I don't plan to stop for the playoffs. So I'm planning to go to the playoff game this Sunday around 4:30 kickoff. And that's the big thing I got coming up. No events or signings, I think, this week. But you mentioned Jordan Mailata earlier in the show, and I do have a very special announcement to make to everybody. This spring, thanks to the Eagles Autism Foundation, I won an auction a few months ago. I'll be getting a haircut at the NovaCare complex with Jordan Mailata, a one-on-one haircut experience this spring at a date to be announced. They're going to send me the email and all that because they're in season right now. They don't know when it's going to be yet. But just that's going to be a lot of fun when it happens. So a haircut with Jordan this spring. Stay tuned for that. But playoff game this Sunday, and hopefully some fun events in between.
You cannot cut your hair from now to then.
I mean, it's getting long, man. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. You can't cut your hair from now to then. You got to make it a worthy experience, my friend.
Yeah. Well, longer than it was, at least in the most recent shows. But yeah, I'm thinking about that because might as well. I already know I'm going to get the haircut. So yeah, exactly. You're right.
You basically got a date with Jordan and just let it grow out a little bit. Make it last as long as you can, my friend.
I know, right? And I'm gonna try to make our conversation last as long as it can because I got a lot of questions for this man.
Telling you, man, invest in that body cam and make it very easy because then you don't have to have the phone in the hand to do any of it.
Yeah, or like the meta glasses, whatever. Yeah.
Meta glasses, whatever works for you, my brother. But
yeah,
this is another episode of the JNS Philadelphia Sports Stop. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. As always, Eddie Prather there in the chat, always showing us love. A couple people asked shout outs earlier in the show. Listen, we have no problems with squeezing you guys in for those shout outs, but let's try to engage with us a little bit more outside of just asking for a shout out there, my friends. Later on, my brother, I will catch you on the rebound, my friend. Other than that, again, another fun episode. We'll be back here next Monday. We're going to be hearing from Justin's stories from Wildcard weekend. Eagles, 49ers, a rivalry renewed January 11th.
The
420, I
Red
think it's
Cowboys, we call
425,
them. The Red
430 starters.
Cowboys.
So
Yeah.
let's do this thing. Other than that, I'm Steve. He's
I'm Justin.
This was another episode of the J&S Philadelphia Sports Stop. We will catch you next Monday afternoon. Peace out, my friends.